Hi, everyone. Welcome to your holistic health kit session with me. I was saying before I started the recording that I know some of you have heard a lot of this before because you were with me last year. And what's wild is when I checked in to see when I taught this last year, it was literally exactly last year to one day. It was December 2nd, and I did not plan that. So that's wild and fun, and I guess meant to be that this class is supposed to live in these early December days, which makes sense because a lot of it is support for when we get colds, flus, so not that we haven't had that already, but I think for most of us, it's helpful for like the whole winter season, which officially starts December 21st. So welcome, Dion. Great to have you tonight. So we're just going to get started with a little bit of grounding. I know we're all super busy, we're tired, we're worn out. So let's just give ourselves a little bit of extra nourishment. So if you want to just find your seat and relax your body, and we'll just kind of tap in for a few minutes just to nourish our nervous systems and get ourselves centered. So when you feel ready, you can get yourself comfortable and see if you want your hands on your thighs or if you want your hands on your belly, maybe your heart, one in each place. And let's just take some nice, long, deep breaths. Maybe a nice, long exhale out through the mouth. Just starting to invite yourself into your body. Into this present moment. Landing here this evening. We're recording this on December 1st, the beginning of a new month. And just taking a moment to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What's coming up for you? What do you want for yourself out of this evening session? Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the eyes. Feel free to use sound here to relax. You're on mute in the privacy of your own home. All is welcome here. And let's just bring both hands onto our chest, taking a really deep inhale. Exhaling it out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then releasing your hands down to the lap and just circling the head all the way around, nice and slow. Just letting the body soften. Let the energy of the day wash out and over you, away from you. And go in the opposite direction with the head. And then we'll bring the right ear to the right shoulder. I'm just pausing and breathing. If you want, right hand over to the left ear, or you could keep your hands on your lap. Take a long breath in. And exhale, chin towards your chest. Just let yourself roll forward and breathe into your spine. And then left ear to left shoulder, opening up the heart, breathing. If you'd like, left hand over to the opposite ear. And we'll inhale and exhale, release and chin towards your chest, rolling into that rounded spine. And let's start to rise up, open the heart, open the throat, lift the chin, inhale, open really wide across the collarbones, exhale, chin to chest, rounding the back, curling through your spine. And again, rise up, inhale, open the throat. And exhale, rounding. Again, inhaling it up. And exhale to round. Good. Eyes closed, very slowly rolling back up to center, taking a long breath in. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And you can even keep your eyes closed here, just moving any way you want to. If you want to sway from side to side, if you want to stretch the arms up, if you want to twist, if you want your eyes open or closed, just give yourself a little extra time to open up and bring yourself into your body, into your breath. Also bring some energy back into the body when we move and stretch. Completing a long, busy day, I'm sure. Good. And then when you come back to center, just eyes closed, bring your hands to press, give them a nice rub. Create some new energy. Let's get ourselves activated to be present and awake. And then press the palms strongly, thumbs to your heart, deep breath in. And exhale. And if you'd like to set an intention for yourself for this month ahead, what are you calling in for the very last month of 2022? We made it, you guys, against all the odds. What are you wanting, needing, calling in and seeing for yourself? Deep breath in and exhale. All right, and let's come back together when you feel ready. If you want to take a drink. And Danielle, I love that you put in the chat, you have your candles and your essential oils, even though I didn't ask you to get them. Good for you. I wish you guys could see the tray of stuff next to me. I don't want to turn my computer because I'll never get it back this good, but we've got a lot to talk about. All right. So, I want to start off by saying all the little things matter. All these little things add up, including what we just did for ourselves. We took probably 5 minutes to just breathe and stretch and move, and it makes such a difference. So throughout the day, this is part of my toolkit. If I can roll my neck, if I can just take some deep breaths. As I was just saying before I started the recording and some of you popped on, I'm so tired. I think we're all so tired. And so luckily I had like a half an hour before I joined you guys. So I got on my bed and I scooted my butt up towards my pillows and I put my legs up the wall and I put this amazing infrared heating pad on my womb just because why not? And I'm going to show you the heating pad later. And I just gave myself, I just closed my eyes and I put my phone on do not disturb. And like, we need to be able to do these things because we are so busy. So like if you have to go out at night, if you have something for your kid that night, like after a long day of work, after a long day of hustling, like can you give yourself 5 minutes to recharge? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, more time, great. But less time is okay too. It doesn't mean you don't have time if you have 5 minutes. Like literally, you can close your eyes and breathe for 3 minutes and then do some neck rolls, and you've got 5 minutes right there. And I speak to this especially when we're feeling depleted, especially when we feel like we're on the brink of getting a cold, a something. This is when we really need to tap in. This is when we really need to go to bed early. This is when we really maybe need a massage. This is maybe when we really need to get ourselves acupuncture or drink more water or stop the coffee and the sugar while you're not, always, but especially if you're not feeling well, you have to stop the coffee and the sugar, okay? Because that just totally makes it worse. It's very inflammatory and germs love inflammatory things. Okay. So that's just like off the bat to be in harmony with how you're feeling. Like I know your two vices. I know. Who doesn't like coffee and sugar? Like everyone loves it. um, but definitely when you're not feeling well, because I don't know, I feel like for myself, maybe it's just me, but like I crave less of it when I'm not feeling well because it's like you want to be feeding your body, you want to be taking care of yourself. When you feel good, you could probably be craving a lot of coffee and sugar. But I feel like when you're depleted, maybe you crave the coffee to keep you awake, but it's like you want like soup and things, So just like try, or at least I'll speak for myself. So just try to follow that and listen to your body. We are not set up to take care of ourselves. Our schedules are not set up to like rest when we're tired. It's wrong. Like it's just really wrong how we are pushed to the brink. Stacey, I love this. I found after birthing my second child, my body screams at me when I have too many days in a row with too much caffeine and sugar. Perhaps it's more volatile hormones or getting older or just my body speaking to me more. But man, oh man, do I pay for it if I eat the wrong things now? Yeah. I think it's all of us. Like many years ago, we could probably go out and have several glasses of wine and eat dessert and everything and like no big deal. And my gosh, like that isn't the case. Yeah. So, this is just a personal preference and me doing a really deep dive on my health recently, but like I've basically stopped drinking completely, not like special occasions and here and there, but honestly, like I don't miss it because I really need the energy, So that's just been me. And like I'm someone that like loves a good glass of wine, loves pasta, all of it. But I kind of know what I need and I just try to stick to it. But anyway, everyone has their own thing. That's not like me preaching. Do what you need to do, but just the point of like we're all aging, even those of us that are younger. And yeah, I'm gonna be 44 this month. So it's like things are wild. And I have to say, I only have one gray hair, and I'll speak to that too. But I don't dye my hair, and a lot of it has to do actually with like nutrition, and we'll touch on that. But yeah. So anyway, I am just making my health a priority these days, and I'm like, the more rest, the better. I don't feel bad about it. If I can cancel things, great. I want to go to things that like bring me joy and bring me around the people that I love. But I feel like we should not feel bad about resting, taking care of ourselves, saying no, all of it. All right, so here we go. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is do tongue scraping, which is an Ayurvedic thing. This is a copper one, and I'm going to send you the links that I can get a hold of. I'm going to send you at some point, maybe not immediately tonight, but one of the links has a tongue scraper. And this is basically like at night, your mouth creates and your saliva creates, like it pulls up a lot of toxins from your gut. Not everyone is sleeping with their mouth closed. Hopefully, most of us are, because nasal breathing is much, much better for your whole system during sleep. But so your mouth is typically closed and you're kind of churning these things up into your mouth while you're breathing. And it's really great to scrape your tongue in the morning to get it out so you're not swallowing it back in with drinking your coffee or drinking water, or even like brushing your tongue is not the same. So I highly recommend tongue scraping in the morning. Very first thing, it's what I do when I get up. It's like I get up, I go to the bathroom, my tongue scrape, and then I drink some water, then I brush my teeth, that kind of thing. And you will get kind of probably addicted to it because you see how much stuff comes up and you're like, oh, okay, I should be doing this. With that, I use products from certain companies, people, one being this wonderful woman in Philadelphia. Her name is Leela Vati. She is a OG Ayurvedic healer and maker. So all of her products are handmade with organic, amazing ingredients. Her company is Aroma Bliss, aromabliss.com. I'll put it in the chat. Okay, well, it came out weird. It put a space in between the words, but you guys get my drift. Aromabliss.com. And she is who I got my tongue scraper for, but she's who I get most of the products I put on my face and my body. So back to oral care. She makes, well, let me skip over. Someone last time asked me what kind of toothpaste I use, and I wasn't prepared. So this time I'm prepared. I use a toothpaste from Himalaya Botanique, and it's the Whitening Complete Care toothpaste. It looks like this. Whole Foods has it. Sprouts usually has it. I discovered, let's see, in my mid-20s, late 20s, that I'm super sensitive to fluoride because I was getting like acne all along my jaw. And when I stopped using fluoride, it all went away. And then my mom did a crazy deep dive on fluoride and discovered really how toxic it is and how none of us should be using it. Granted, this is just my perspective on all of this stuff. You guys don't have to listen to me, take it, leave it, whatever. But I'm just going to say we've been sold a bunch of major nasty BS about fluoride. And it's really a shame because it's harmful. So I make sure that my toothpaste does not have fluoride in it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Back to Leela Vati and tooth care. She has this wonderful product that is for oil pulling. And this is another Ayurvedic regimen. And oil pulling is amazing. And I want to say that your teeth and your gums are like a gateway to your health. They really are. And I actually learned about this in my postpartum program when it comes to nutrition. So if you are having a lot of teeth, gum stuff, or your kids, you really have to look at your nutrition because that's where it's coming from. And there's a whole book. I had to read this 400-page book for my postpartum certification about this. And it's Weston is it Weston Price? I'm like totally blanking out. But anyway, it was basically he went through all of these indigenous cultures, okay? Like Eskimos, Hawaiians, Native Americans. This was in the 30s. He visited all of these cultures, and pretty much across the board, these indigenous people all had perfect teeth, perfect bone structure in their faces, their nasal cavity, everything absolutely perfect when they were eating their indigenous diets, eat from each place. And it was only when their homes were colonized by white Europeans and they brought in the sugar and the white flour and everything got effed up. Okay. So it's really they got tuberculosis, they got, all of their teeth got rotten and all of it. So your teeth are your gateway to your health. And one of the things that you can do for it to really just keep your teeth and gums healthy is oil pulling. So Lilavati Aroma Bliss makes this oil pulling concoction. She has said that it has saved her from root canals that she didn't have to end up getting after doing this. People swear by it, like no cavities, all of it. So what you would do is you would scrape your tongue, you would shake this up, you would put some in your mouth. You can just like open it up and just like drink a little bit. I mean, not drink, but get it in your mouth. And then you swish it around for like 5 minutes or so. You could be washing your face, you could be brushing your hair, whatever. And then you spit it out in the toilet. You don't want to clog up your sink because it's oil. So spit it out in the toilet and then you brush your teeth and then you're fresh as a daisy. So really good oral health. If anyone is having challenges with, dental stuff, I would highly recommend that. And, looking into your diet a little bit more. Okay. So, in terms of facial cleanser, this is all Aroma Bliss stuff. I use her Varnia herbal cleanser. It looks like this. All of this can be ordered online, or you can pick it up at our house, which is like 15th and Bainbridge. And it's all on her website. So this is kind of like a liquidy oil, not straight oil, it's a blend. The ingredients aren't on here. But I loved cleansing my face with oil. I just think it's so nourishing. And there are all of these wonderful properties to get the oil into your skin. Like we want our skin really hydrated and moisturized, and the skin just like eats it up almost like it's food or something. So I shake it up, I put some on my hands, rub it on my hands, and then just like you would soap or whatever, rinse it off. If I'm like wearing heavier makeup than usual, sometimes instead of just going straight to my towel, I'll like get a tissue or something and wipe it off, but usually just my towel. And that's my facial cleanser. I'm just going to stay with her products, and then I'm going to add in some other stuff. Okay, let's see. If you're doing body stuff, a couple of years ago, I started getting into dry brushing finally, after like hearing about it for so long. Dry brushing is great for your lymphs. It's great for cellulite and just like really getting like the lymph system going. So you get any kind of dry brush. They are not expensive. I think this is like $20 or less. And you start around at your ankles and you just brush up, legs, inside, outside legs. You do both sides. Then I usually do my arms all the way, both sides. And then from like your lower womb area, brush up towards the heart. So like you're kind of coming up to the heart. And then I do my back, and then you brush down towards the heart, and then this way. And then sometimes I'll even do my armpits and stuff like that. And it's very invigorating. So that feels nice. You do that before the shower. And in the Ayurvedic tradition, they like to oil your body before the shower. That's never really been my thing. I always love oiling myself after the shower. But if you want to do before the shower, you can. And Lilavati has an oil blend for each dosha for the Ayurvedic types. So like I'm a Kapha dosha, there's Kapha, Vata, Pitta. I think that's it. Am I forgetting one? Chime in if you know. I think that that's it. If you don't know what you are, you can Google like, what Ayurvedic type am I? And what does it mean? Well, it's very interesting. There's like a whole science behind it, but it's like, are you like, if you're tall and like long limbed, like, is your temperament hyper? Are you like me? I'm smaller, I'm more muscular, I'm a little bit more lethargic. Like those are very much kapha type. Um, you know, are you thirsty a lot? They ask you all kinds of questions. Are you a morning person? So many different questions, but it's kind of like, what kind of sensibility are you? What does your body look like? What energy level do you have? So all of these things play into what Ayurvedic type you are. So this particular blend she made for me, and it's also according to the seasons. So like, I'm just trying to think. I'm not like this Ayurvedic guru, so I don't have like all these examples in on the top of my head. But like this blend that she made, I mean, I'm sure she made it for other people too, but it was like for me as a kapha, and going into, I think I got this one like going into summer because it lasts a long time. So technically this is probably not correct for the summer, but I'm going to use it until it's done. And this just says seasonal blend body oil, but she has different kinds of body oil, and you can oh good, nice oil pilling, Dion, that's great. So yeah, her body oil is awesome. All of her products smell amazing. And then her one product that she probably sells more than any, the most of any, I would guess, is her Nasya sinus oil. So this I really got into at the beginning of the pandemic because it's super protective. It's like filled with all kinds of Ayurvedic herbs, including peppermint, eucalyptus, ginger, rose. It's wonderful. Like it's wonderfully protective. It's incredible for like your immune system, for not getting germs. If you have sinus stuff, incredible. Sinus allergies, amazing. I would be using it every day. I try to use it every day, but sometimes I forget. I usually tend to use it like if I'm not feeling well, if I'm feeling really dry, if I'm going into the city, if I'm traveling, if I'm getting onto an airplane, but it certainly wouldn't hurt if you use it every day. It's an amazing product. It's also great like brain food because, it's all connected. You're breathing it up and it's very clarifying. And especially as we go into winter with all of the sickness, super good. She has 3 different kinds of Nasya, I think, and they're all a little bit different. You can't really go wrong. There are descriptions of each in her website. Highly recommend that one. Like maybe even as just like the thing you start with if you start using her products. It's just like really good to have in your medicine cabinet. How do you use it? It's a little dropper. I would do it, but it would be a little too gross, I think. It's a little dropper and you just like put it right in your nostrils, and then you just like, dab or just get a tissue. I mean, sometimes I have to be a little bit like careful because sometimes like you are a little bit oily underneath your nose afterwards. So like, have a tissue nearby or just like be aware. I mean, it's not like dripping, but it's a little moist. But it feels really nice and it smells amazing. I mean, I haven't even put it on, but it smells amazing. So those are her things. And it's just, so nice. Like, she's so talented. She makes these incredible products. She lives in Center City. I feel like it's we're supporting, the makers in our community, and that's so awesome too. And like, everything is so pure and wonderful. And she's such a character. Danielle, oh no, excuse me, Beth, we were talking about it. She's like a wild one. She's probably in her 60s. She has like wild red hair, and she's got like, she's like an older like punk rocker, but she has like kept the essence. And if you follow her on Instagram under Lila Vati, which is LILAVATA, she's so funny. I mean, she's outrageously fun and wild, and she doesn't give any F's, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it and her products. So that's her collection. And then my friend Danielle, who moved from Fishtown, she used to own Lakshmi Hair Salon in Old City. She sold the salon. She moved to Berwyn. She has this incredible haven where she grows all of her herbs biodynamically, which means like on the moon cycles. And she also makes her own products. One of my very, very, very favorite is her Triple Goddess cream. So this is Mothercraft Herbal. She sells off of Etsy. And she's also on Instagram under Mothercraft Herbal. And this is amazing. She only makes it on the full moon, particular full moons. She's a Vedic astrologer as well. She tracks the cycles. Smells incredible. This particular blend is calendula rose, helichrysum, lavender, rosehip, jojoba, shea, mango, aloe butters, and she writes the EOs, the essential oils, change planetarily. So like, depending on the planets, you have different essential oils in here. And it's amazing. So this is my moisturizer. I use Lila Vati's cleanser. This is my moisturizer. This one and this other one, which I showed last year too. This is from Anima Mundi, a wonderful company. Anima Mundi Herbals. I'll put it in here. So Mothercraft Herbals. And then that's Danielle. And then this is Anima Mundi Herbals. And so I interchange this. This is a face oil, deep moisture, collagen booster face oil, organic and plant-based. Looks like this. It has a little dropper, just like the Nasya, and a little bit goes a long way. You just drop it on your hand. Actually, I try not to even like rub it into my palm. I just like drop it and then just like dab it, or you could even just drop it on your forehead or something. But super nice, really great products. Danielle Mothercraft also, I don't know if she still makes this. She gave this to me last year. This is the Mula Face Serum. So another cleanser, and it looks like this. And it's another oil. Also smells incredible. Ingredients: comfrey, rose, calendula, lavender, chamomile, blue tansy, which is in Balance, whoever likes Balance from doTERRA, rose hip, pomegranate, sea buckhorn, and sunflower, and shatavari. And the thing about using these products is a lot of these natural herbs have natural protection and sunscreen, like the protective qualities against sun, against toxins. Like, these natural herbs carry that. So you're getting like not only the moisturizing and the enriching, but you're getting the protection too, which I think naturally, which is so great. One other Mothercraft product is her Chitra face mask, and it's a powder. So you put it in your hand and you just put some water in your palm and you make it into a paste and you just put it on your face. And this is basically the only face mask that I use. I haven't really been using face masks lately, but this one I use when I do that. So any questions, just unmute or let me know. One thing I've been trying to do more recently, just because I'm watching myself get more lines. So I've started doing a little bit of gua sha. So there's all kinds of gua sha tools. I think I got this one on Etsy. This one was not expensive. I think they start probably around $10 and go up from there. You know, there's super fancy ones like what is it called? Like the Wildling or something. That one's like 60 some dollars. Anyway, I'm not going to do it because this isn't clean. My face isn't clean, but I would clean my face. I would put on the moisturizer or like the oil, either the cream or the oil. I just make sure my face is really moist. And there's so many tutorials on gua sha, like YouTube or whatever, but basically you would just like hold your skin, and like I mostly work on my lines here, so like you would just like pull gently the skin up and you kind of work through the face, and there's all these tutorials, and you know, you can do it for like 5 minutes and you definitely see a difference. I mean, it's not like 1,000% difference or something, but you definitely see like your face looks like refreshed. I would say like more lifted and refreshed. So that's something you can do, sort of like a natural face, mini facelift every so often. And yeah, there's jade gua sha tools. There's rose quartz. I think that's like a white jade one or something. I forget, but they're usually rose quartz and jade. How do you spell it? Gua sha, Guasha. And you're welcome. And yeah, so I mean, there's probably thousands of YouTube tutorials on gua sha. So this year, I thought I'd add in a little bit of clean beauty. Is there a difference between jade and rose quartz? I don't think so. I mean, you could look up the properties of the stone. Like they're both cooling, and I would say not anti-inflammatory, but like soothing to the skin. I'm sure there are specific differences, but I don't know if they are. So you could just Google that as well. Yeah, so over the past couple of years, I decided I was like, because I wasn't really using clean beauty, you know, like I'm not like a huge makeup person, but I was like, well, I'm like so focused on what I put on my skin, except not as much with the makeup when I do use makeup. So I discovered just a few products that I really love. I basically only use concealer, blush, and mascara. So I'll show you. And then there's this one kind of like, they call it a serum skin tint that's almost like my version of a foundation, but it's not really a foundation. So this is the foundation that I'm speaking of, but it's really not. Like the woman who gives me facials, which I'll say in a moment, she considers this actually like a facial product and not a makeup, because it has hyaluronic acid and some things that are like for skin protecting. It also has an SPF 40 in here. So this is from Ilia. Ilia is a really great clean beauty brand. They have a lot of wonderful products. They probably have like the most vast amount of products in the market for clean beauty. So this is their super serum skin tint SPF 40. So it's kind of like a very, very, very light foundation, but it also is like kind of glowy and dewy. So it's not matte. And when I wear it, people say like, wow, your skin looks amazing. It's definitely like a brightening. You definitely don't need to use much of it. I've had this one for a really long time. What else can I say about it? It has the SPF 40, so you could use it in the summer instead of any kind of sunscreen. And I only use it if I'm like going out, like someplace. I'm not using it day to day, but maybe if I was like, maybe in the summer, sometimes I've been using it like day to day, if I knew I was going to be out in the sun for a while, like more than normal. Okay. So on a daily basis, I use this concealer. It's from this company, Ere Perez. I think that's how you say it. And I found it at that wonderful shop in Northern Liberties. I think it's Freedom Apothecary. Is that right? I bought it there for the first time, and then I just started buying it online because I wasn't in the city. So they have all different kinds of colors. It's just like a little pot. And what I've discovered recently that I really like is I found this brush, this like skin, I don't know, not concealer brush. And so you use it, you just like dip it in, and then I just do like under my eyes and whatever. And like, that's it. That's like kind of like a cover up situation. And it's really, oh, and it's Arnica. It's Arnica concealer. And Arnica is wonderful, like super anti-inflammatory. So it's really, really nice. I love that product and I use it every single day. And this other product that I am in love with, I was a hardcore powder blush girl. I was like not into the creams at all, the sticks, this and that. And then I found this product. It's called Saie, Saie. And it is almost looks like a lip gloss. And you just like dab your cheeks, and it's so nice. The consistency is so nice. The color is beautiful. It's really makes you glow. And it's called, what is this? It's called Dew Blush. Saie Dew Blush. And the color is rosy. The one I have. And it's so awesome. Like, I'm not someone that gets like really like wowed about makeup, but those two, that Ere Perez concealer and the Saie, amazing. I have the Saie mascara too, which is fine. Like, it's not like amazing, but it's hard to find decent, clean mascaras. So I like all of it. The name of the Ere Perez product is Arnica Concealer. And I have the chai color. Of course, everyone's going to be a different color, but that's one that works for me if you think that you would be close to me in complexion. So that's what I have for beauty. Like these just two products I can't say enough of. Like, I am lifelong convert of those. Okay. And before I forget, in terms of like facials, I am so bad with facials. I'm getting one this month because I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I don't think I've gotten one for a year, which, I feel like at my age, I should be trying to get like one every season. That's my goal, but I have not. But I am going to, so there is a place in Fishtown called Parlor. And I used to go to the owner, Kelly, or I go to her, and she's opening up a new place that just opened. I think it's like Fishtown, Kensington, Port Richmond, something like that. And it's called Note to Self Wellness. And it's going to be a good place to have on your radar because they're going to have some cool things there. I may even teach a little bit there. Lynn, so Kelly or Lynn for facials, and tell them I sent you. They're both so talented and they're very into all natural products. Yes, Teresa, Lynn is amazing. I highly recommend. And and Kelly probably is going to be selling a lot of the stuff I showed you, especially the Ilia stuff. So I actually bought this from her. So that this one's definitely there, I'm sure, with her. If I'd imagine she's going to be selling products. So that is like makeup and face stuff. Any questions with that? Okay. So, where should I go now? Let's talk about essential oils a little bit. And the ones that I love. So, I started carrying doTERRA when I opened up the studio, and that's the brand that I've always mostly used. However, Wisdom of the Earth, which is out of Sedona or near Sedona, and I had the pleasure of going to their flagship store when I was there last January. Their products are incredible. I mean, so fresh. So probably like top of the line when it comes to essential oils. They're probably also the most expensive. Also, Young Living. I trust those three: Wisdom of the Earth, Young Living, doTERRA. All my stuff is doTERRA. Because that's what I sold for so long. And Danielle's asking single note versus blends. So, I mean, one, it's preference in terms of smell. And then some blends are made like for actual purposes, so it's like On Guard, amazing for immune boosting. It's a whole blend of, wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, and that's for like a thieves blend, protection blend. And they make everything, this is the antibacterial spray that I use, the On Guard from doTERRA. I really try to use natural antibacterial sprays for our hands because the natural ones are still protecting our microbiome, whereas like others are stripping us. And like our microbiome, we need it. It's so important. And that's why we're getting all this RSV stuff, because like we've been shielding ourselves and it's like, and I get it and I understand why. And also now we're paying the price because like we've messed with Mother Nature a bit, and it's bad. But so I'm into all natural, because these plants and these herbs have their innate protection quality. So it's like they are still protecting you. There's just not added chemicals. So On Guard, an amazing blend. And, I'll keep speaking to your question, Danielle. These are ones that I put out specifically. Clary Calm, I really love this one for menstrual time. PMS and leading into menstrual time. Clary Calm from doTERRA. It's a roll-on. It smells really nice. I just pulled out like my favorites because I'm not going to give you all of it. I mean, this is what happened. I sold doTERRA for 8 years, and here's not that these oils are 8 years old, but yeah, I mean, I use them. I really use them, so I go through them. I have to say I use them a lot less than I have. Serenity, an amazing blend. Serenity is lavender, cedar, coriander, lang lang, marjoram. I can go on and on. Sandalwood, vanilla, blah, blah, blah. It's amazing. This oil is so wonderful to get you to relax. So I also highly recommend the capsules before bed, the Serenity capsules that you take like a vitamin. But when I don't have the capsules, I literally just put the Serenity oil under my tongue or under my feet, on the soles of my feet, including your big toe is like a really great place if you're putting oils on your feet. So like your big toe and like the top ball of your foot has a lot of receptors that will pick up the properties of the oil. Serenity is a wonderful, wonderful oil in just the smell. You can put it on the back of your neck. It's lovely. I would say like lavender, you can't live without lavender for so many reasons. One of the things you can do with lavender, and this is like beyond just like relaxing or putting it in your bath, for earaches. I highly recommend a little, and this is for kids too. I mean, I'm not like the queen of quantity and exactness, so like you could do some research, moms, but for you, hydrogen peroxide, like on a Q-tip or in a dropper into your ears, really helpful. And then lavender, this you definitely can do with kids. For yourself, lavender, if you have like you know how sometimes when you get sick and your ears just hurt, or maybe you have an earache, which is, you know, obviously less common for adults, but you can massage lavender around your earlobe, like front, back, around. And then for kids, you can do a carrier oil. So you could do, you know, a dollop of olive oil or almond oil or something nice and pure, and then just put like a drop or two of lavender, rub it in your hands and rub around, massage around their ears. That's really nice. And then you guys heard me talk about this last year. My mom's tried and true blend that I've been using my entire life that we sold at Mama's is the castor oil and lavender combination, which is, this is cold pressed castor oil. And that combination, we used to call it boo-boo balm, and it's for burns, scrapes, scars. You can throw out Neosporin. This is real deal healing. For scars, it's amazing. It's amazing, amazing. You can use it as soon as you get like a scab and just rub it until it goes away. And castor oil is very sticky and will stain, so be careful with that. You want to like really rub it in or put a Band-Aid or gauze or something over it so you're not like staining your clothes or your sheets, that kind of thing. And just staying on the oils, geranium is one of my favorites. Just, it's heart opening. It's like the oil to help you love yourself and create and feel into the energy of love. When I feel like I need support, I rub it on my heart. It's wonderful on your womb, just as like wonderful womb care. And it smells so nice. I don't know anyone that doesn't like the geranium smell. It's just like really beautiful fragrance. And why not? I'll just stick with the oils. So On Guard also has beadlets. The beadlets, we have the peppermint beadlets and the On Guard beadlets. Both are awesome. Peppermint for headaches, sinus stuff, nausea, and like a pick-me-up. And the On Guard to help from not getting sick. They're like little pellets that you just pop into your mouth, and great for kids that are not like little kids. They're just like, I don't know if you can see, they're just these little guys. And then you just pop it in your mouth. And the peppermint ones are great if your kids get nauseous on car rides. And I'll give you my doTERRA link eventually too with that email about some of this stuff. And let's see. Tri-Ease is a great blend for people that have allergies. So Tri-Ease, these are soft gels, and this is what the Serenity soft gel looks like too. It just looks like this little capsule, like a vitamin, and it's straight blend of oil. This one is lemon, lavender, and peppermint. Great for allergies. And finally, TerraShield, the spray is their bug spray that I use. So natural bug spray, TerraShield. And I think that's it with doTERRA that I'm going to speak to. Ask any questions as they come up. Okay, so let's talk about calming down. We all can use that. I already spoke to the Serenity, the oil and the capsules. Really good before bed, or if you feeling really amped, whether you put it on your body or you put the oil under your tongue or you use the capsules, amazing, amazing, amazing. Also, cannot say enough about holy basil, which is Tulsi. Holy basil promotes relaxation, tranquility. It is like food for your adrenal system. When we get stressed and our cortisol gets high, our adrenals get taxed. So this is for like a systemic chill. It's bringing your body into a place of harmony, and it's super mellow, whereas like it's not, it's like you won't notice it working. You'll just be like, oh, I just feel better. It's not really, it's not strong at all. It's super mellow. So you can take it in a capsule. This is the one I like, Himalaya Holy Basil. And I'm going to send you guys my mom's supplement link, since she's a nurse. Some of you have had it for a while, already had it. This is the one I get from that site. And you can also take it as a tincture, which looks like this. So you would put 1 full squeeze at the dropper in water or juice 2 to 4 times a day. So that's this one. And if you're really going through a stressful time with the capsules, I recommend 1 in the morning and 2 before bed consistently for like the stressful period. Maybe that lasts a few weeks, just, you never know. So holy basil, so amazing, so amazing. I turn to it often. In terms of calming down at night, I have my phone set so that I think after 6 p.m., my computer too, after 6 p.m., the screen light goes like way, way down. So you guys probably know this, but you know how you like find this screen? And so usually at night, I try to keep mine like this, like that's the light, like super, super low. If I'm trying to look at something and it can't really see what the color is or whatever, maybe I'll turn it up, but I really just try to keep it low. And this is super important as you get into the evening time, because the blue light tricks our brain into thinking it's like noon, and it's not, no bueno. So lowering the light on your screens can be helpful. I mean, ideally we get off the screens, but we also have to be realistic. If you can, get off the screen, I would say like 30 minutes to an hour before bed. Also hard for all of us because we are addicted, but it is really helpful to just like allow the system to wind down naturally and not be stimulated. I showed you guys these last year. These are my blue light glasses. So they have no prescription. They are just for screen time. And these are from Lady Boss glasses. There are a ton of blue light glasses. I mean, I got these many years ago. It just depends on the amount of protection of the actual lens. So I felt like Lady Boss had, a high percentage of blue blocking properties as opposed to like the Target ones or whatever. So that's helpful if you're on the computer a lot. Melatonin is also a good supplement to have at home for like when you're really dealing with insomnia. I've heard mixed things about melatonin, like some people say that there's a lot of antioxidant properties and we shouldn't worry about taking too much, and others say, oh, but it messes with your hormones. And I'm kind of confused myself, but certainly just select evenings taking melatonin can be supportive. And I mentioned, like, before this class, I did legs up the wall. That's another thing that you can do before bed if you're super amped, or any time of day that you just need like a little recharge. It's both rejuvenating and relaxing, where it just kind of like nourishes the nervous system, which is what we want always. I talked about this last time too. I really don't like to have my phone on my body. So I really try to keep my phone off of my body like as much as possible. I never put it in my pocket. If it's in a bag, ideally it's like not on my body, my purse or whatever, or I put it on airplane, which I know is hard because then people aren't getting a hold of you, but I really just do my best to not have it on me, and I don't put my computer on my lap. I mean, it's like radiation central, and I think personally I feel like it's dangerous. So these are things that, I think are important, but everyone can, has their own opinions on it. So that and then in terms of sleeping, this is what brought me into the phone thing, is I put my phone, as much as I remember, I put my phone on airplane at night, along with my husband, and just to like diminish a bit of the EMFs. And some people are much more hardcore and they like turn off their router and stuff. And if I like had the energy to deal with that, I probably would, because I do think that the EMFs are really a thing that we deal with, but not really consciously. But I do put my phone on airplane at night specifically. And I don't want like the phone by me when, I'm sleeping. So that's me. All right, let's talk about moon time. So one of the things that I've always loved hot water bottles. Like, I'm a hot water bottle girl, especially when I have my period. And recently I was gifted, actually it's been exactly a year because it was like my birthday, this amazing infrared heating pad. So this is like, deep penetrating healing light. I'm forgetting the name of it. I took a picture from Therasage. Therasage infrared heating pad. So I know that it's not cheap, but I've used it so much. And my husband, who has a bad back, has used it so much. He just puts it in bed and he lies on it on his lower back, and it's a wonderful product. And they probably are having sales for the holidays. So you may want to check that out. So that is definitely on me when I have cramps. Obviously, we go back to rest when you're on your moon cycle. It's so important as much as possible. And I know it's not always possible, but like, this is the time of our cycle that back in the day, the women used to go into the red tent together and just rest and nourish. And like, that is all lost, but can we create some of that for ourselves? Okay. I mean, I know a woman in my Healy community who has the ability to go offline for like her cycle. And that's like what she does for herself. She works for herself. She is a mom. She's with her kids and she's still doing like family stuff, but she's not spreading herself extra thin, so she's like limiting how people have access to her and what she's like watching and spending her energy on. And I really respect that. You know, it's not for everyone, but I'm like, good for you. So resting, hot water bottle, the infrared pad, and then when we get to remedies, I love cramp bark. Cramp bark. This is by Herb Farm, PHARM, and just like the holy basil, same company. Add 1 full squeeze of the dropper to water or juice 2 to 5 times a day. And I just may do this like 3 times a day or something if I have cramps. I don't really, you know, follow exactly. Well, I guess it's pretty on point with what they're saying, but I usually do like the first 2 days of my cycle. And then this I shared last time too. This is a homeopathic. I love homeopathics. They are so, so helpful. A lot of, not a lot of places have them anymore, but like Sprouts and health food stores, not Whole Foods since they've been bought by Amazon, but there's like a whole homeopathic sort of section, like in a place like Sprouts. And you don't even need to know the name of what you're looking for. It can just be like backache, toothache, and it just says like the ailment, and then it shows the homeopathic. So it's really user friendly. And this one, it says relieves menstrual cramps. And I couldn't say it last year and I can't say it this year either. Calophyllum thalicroides or something. I'll put it in here. Calophyllum. This is not easy. But they will be, there will be a section and it'll just say for menstrual cramps. And it's so effective. At least the 2 of them together, I find so effective, the cramp bark and the pellets. And with homeopathics that look like this, you screw the thing and then these little pellets drop in the bottom. And then, yeah, there you go. And then you take 5 of them each time. And you do it several times a day. And it's amazing. It pretty much works like a charm for me. And that I think is, oh, and then I mentioned Clary Calm. That's during like cycle time. Okay. And we'll move to headaches. You guys probably know, some of you, what I'm going to pull out. My boobs, otherwise known as the Still Point inducer. I used to sell this at the studio. So it's dense rubber. You put it behind your head in like the occiput area. You could put it even like you could switch the direction and have it going vertical, but like this is the way they teach you to do it. But you can really get you know, you can really use your imagination, because I've even done it with jaw tension. I've like on my bed, I've like put it here, and it's very intense and also kind of amazing. So Still Point inducer. It's wonderful. I can't live without it. I've been using this thing for like 20 years and it's an amazing thing to have. I just keep it right by my bed, and you move your pillows out of the way or you get on the floor with it. You can even turn it and like put it in your shoulder. You could put it underneath your sacrum. Fantastic. And another doTERRA product for headaches I don't have with me is Past Tense, and it looks like the roller, and it's like mentally, and you rub on your temples. I think, did you have that one, Danielle? The Past Tense? I don't know if you read that one. Rub it on your temples. You just don't get it in your eyes, and it's awesome. So headaches. Also, you should be drinking a lot. Got it. You should be drinking a lot of water when you have headaches, because sometimes headaches come from dehydration. Not always, but sometimes. Okay, immune system. So Vitamin C. I would say if you are, well, I pretty much, yeah. I mean, vitamin C, zinc, and vitamin D are like the trifecta, especially if you're not feeling well. But I stopped taking zinc every day because I'm on this like other regimen, but my husband takes zinc every day and vitamin C and vitamin D, but definitely vitamin C and vitamin D I take every day, zinc sometimes. This is a new vitamin C that I found recently, because there's all different, uh, what do I want to say? Different qualities for sure of vitamin C, like everything else. And this one apparently is like berry pure because it's coming mostly from like berries and cherries. So this is the one that I found. It's called Pure Radiance C. Pure Radiance C from Pure Energy. So I wasn't using this one last year. This is a powder, which I actually ordered accidentally. I thought I was getting the capsules. So they make capsules or a powder. The powder, you just put a quarter teaspoon into water. It tastes fine. It's a little sour taste, but it's totally fine. And I really like it. It's a good one. So vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D, like definitely if you are not feeling well, I would take it 3 times a day. That's my kind of protocol. And I will say the COVID protocol also includes colloidal silver. Colloidal silver is a very, very strong immune building. It's silver. I mean, it's charged silver ions, and I don't know how it works, but I know that it is actually, this is the one I used when I had COVID. This one, Bioactive Silver Hydrosol by Sovereign Silver. And this one I liked better because I've always had the one that you spray up your nose. So this one you put underneath your tongue and there's barely any taste. And it says like, you know, it gives you the directions for adults and kids. So that's really good. Colloidal silver. And then I also used liquid zinc when I had COVID because it's easier to absorb and I use a lot of it. So this is liquid zinc as opposed to the capsule. And I was just like downing it. The thing about it is like I had COVID for like the amount, you know, the good amount of time. Like I think I started testing negative after 10 days, but I had no effects after that. No cough, no nothing. It was just like gone. And maybe that's not like a rare thing, but I definitely, a lot of people I know had lingered. K2 with D. You mean the you know what? I don't have mine. I don't have my D. That's the one thing I did bring up. I think it's D3. Is that what you're asking, Nissa? The vitamin D? I feel like I have vitamin D3, but I don't remember what the K2. And also NAC, which is like, I always pronounce it wrong. It's N-acetylcysteine. It's very, it's an antioxidant and it helps with respiratory conditions and brain health. And I use that every day now. I've heard from people that just like with the toxins that we are dealing with now, that it's just like a wonderful health aid to have. So that's something to consider as well. I don't want to like overload you too much, but some of these things you don't really hear about. So and it is part of like a COVID protocol, like NAC, quercetin, another COVID thing. I'm just gonna put it in, and then I'm not gonna just stop talking about it because it's a lot. Okay, and I know we're getting over time here. Sore throat, saltwater gargle. Saltwater gargle, so good, several times a day. If you want to add in essential oils, lemon, ginger, tea tree, On Guard, all options. You could even do all of them. So salt water, like good quality salt, a really good quality salt, because it's filled with minerals, and that's what is doing all the good work. Also, Anima Mundi, the people that made my face oil make a wonderful cold cocktail. If you're not feeling well and you just feel like you're coming down with something, this is a really good thing to have. And for muscle aches, I don't have it with me, but Deep Blue is a wonderful doTERRA product. It's like the natural Bengay cream, highly recommend. Zeal is a homeopathic for like rheumatoid pain and joint stiffness. Zeal. And Arnica, homeopathic, great for, again, muscle pain, swelling, stiffness, bruising. You can have also have the tablets that look like the little blue guy that I had for this one, Arnica. You can do that as well. And flower remedies. Flower remedies are pretty amazing, subtle, but amazing. Rescue Remedy, if you're going through a hard time, this is a Bach flower remedy, awesome for grief, overwhelm, being triggered, anger. Yes, Tramiel, I have it right here. Tramiel is amazing for like any accident, just really anything. It's wonderful. It's hard to find. Shelly, do you remember where you got yours?
Yeah, I've had injections of it everywhere. And actually, the company stopped producing it here in the US, but now it's back. It's actually from Germany. Now it is back. Compounding pharmacies make it from scratch also, but you could get it on Amazon now pretty easily. And it's pretty inexpensive. It's one of the things that helped me more than anything when I had a really, really bad problem. And the other thing, you had mentioned vitamin C. And I don't, not everybody can take vitamin C very easily because it's hard on your stomach. It's also can be really hard on your bladder. So there's a company called Desert Harvest that makes products a lot for people who have bladder issues like interstitial cystitis. And they make a really good buffered vitamin C that's really good on your stomach. So I'd highly recommend that.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's true. I would say with any kind of supplements, I make sure to like take them right before I eat. So I take them and then I eat right away. I definitely don't take them on an empty stomach or alone. And I should say that in general, because it can get not good. So yeah, Tramiel is just amazing if you hurt yourself and pain and all of it. Similar to Arnica, but Tramiel I think is even better. Yeah, so Rescue Remedy, like if you're freaking out about something, if you're scared, upset, it's wonderful. And then First Aid Kit, I actually used this the day before Thanksgiving when I was having a meltdown. This Alexis Smart, she is a wonderful, wonderful flower remedy creator. Some of you ladies have her products and have used them with your kids. She has just an unbelievable line of products. Everything just very high quality, high energy, meaning like they're potent. And first aid kit is like kind of like emergencies, meltdowns, that kind of thing. And I felt like it really helped. It really, really helped. So flower remedies, subtle but mighty for sure. And I showed you guys Rasa last time. So Rasa is like it's not a coffee alternative because it's not like I'm trying to replace coffee. It's packed with nutrients and adaptogens and mushrooms and Ayurvedic herbs. It's a wonderful product. This is the cacao brew, really tasty. I do a blend of both. And it's really good for you. It's really, really good for you. It gives you like a little bit of a lift, but it's nothing like drinking coffee in terms of like the stimulant, but it has a lot of nutritional value. Also, this company, Wisdom of the Womb, I started drinking her teas. I'm actually drinking this one now. And she has a blend. She's kind of like fertility centered, but I have to say, like, this is the menstrual blend, Bitches Brew. And so she has like a blend for each part of your cycle. And I just think like they are very nourishing. And so like my period isn't as bad, and I've like just noticed some things that I really think are great. So Wisdom of the Womb, she makes like these, like, again, the whole cycle. And what I do is, and I really like the regimen because I feel like then I'm kind of cared for the day. In the morning, I'll put a tablespoon of whatever tea in something like this, and I'll fill it with boiling water. And then throughout the day, I'll just drink it, or I'll put it in my like water bottle as opposed to just drinking water. Now I have like nettles and all of these nourishing things that I am drinking. And with like period stuff, I feel like it's really nice if we're able to like let our bodies bleed, like actually let like the blood release. So therefore, Thinx underwear are really great. Like you actually don't even need products. Like they are underwear with pads in them, Thinx. I've become a real fan of those. And I just use like organic cotton pads as much as possible. I try not to use tampons unless I'm like going to the beach or something. That's just like a preference that I have. Like I don't really want to stop it, like stop it up. I'd rather have it release. But if I do, like I try to use a high quality product like a tampon or a pad, because there's so many chemicals in the stuff that we've been using for years. It's dumb. It's really dumb. I mean, I always used it too. So just like, being conscious of it. And that's really it. I mean, you guys know, like the Healy has been a huge, huge, huge part of my wellness since April. The bioresonance device, it is reharmonizing and rebalancing basically everything that's out of whack for you energetically, physically, mentally. I won't really say more than that. If you're interested in it, you can let me know, but it's been like a total transforming game changer for me. And I think for December, the devices are 45% off. So let me know if you're interested in that. But I think that is it. I have a few more things, but it's like we're getting so late. I think I'm just going to wrap it up. Oh, one last thing, because these are kind of fun. Someone gave these to me and I cannot believe how well they work. This is a sleep supplement. They're called Good Day Chocolate, and they are chocolate. They like actually taste like candy. And they have 7 milligrams of a sleep blend that I believe is chamomile flower extract and melatonin. And I have to say, they are tasty and they will really chill you out. So these are Good Day chocolate sleep supplement. And yeah, I couldn't believe how like kind of powerful they were. Any questions? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I've had a cough for 4 months.
Mm,
It's been awful. They say I have like a neurogenic cough, like the nerves are irritated. Do you have any suggestions?
so I'm not familiar with that type of cough. Normally, I would recommend, I would probably do a few things. The NAC that I mentioned, because it's a respiratory blend. Look, oh, I guess that's one I didn't bring. The NAC is a respiratory supplement. And then what am I trying to say here? Turmeric.
Oh,
Turmeric
yeah.
because it's anti-inflammatory. And then I would look for a really good quality, not like a Whole Foods quality, but like probably like Etsy, or actually I would check Anima Mundi, this company, Anima Mundi Herbals, for like a cough blend, because I bet they have like an elderberry something, an elderberry sambucol thing, but I would get one from like someone that's like good, and I would do those three. Personally, I would do NAC, turmeric, and like an elderberry sambucol
Okay.
combination. And I would do it like 3 times a day kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And keep up with your vitamin C.
Yeah. I don't take any right now.
Yeah, definitely take some.
Okay. I think that's a
At
good idea.
least
What's the
once.
NAC stuff?
NAC is N-acetylcysteine, and it is I always forget exactly what. Let me just give me 1 second. It's a supplement form of cysteine, including somewhere. NAC is important for a variety of health reasons, including replenishing the most powerful antioxidant in your body, glutathione. These amino acids also help with chronic respiratory conditions, fertility, and brain health. It's a great supplement. It's one that I take every day. Yeah, just for like all the properties that it listed, and it's very detoxifying. So yeah, I would try that and let me know how it goes for sure. Yeah. Anybody else? Thanks for hanging in with me, guys. I know it's kind of a long class. We're good. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with me. I hope it was helpful even the second time around for some of you. And for those of you in shift, next week we have the full moon on Wednesday, December 7th. So I will see you guys then. And Shelly, it was great to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Happy holidays. And everyone have a good night. Get some sleep. Yes. Yes. Nice. Flower remedies. I cannot recommend them more. Bye, everyone. Lots of love.